Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. Today I'm sharing an 11 by 8.5 layout. This is for Color Rush Studios as I am on their design team and I am using the May scrapbooking kit, which is called Be the Rainbow. So I'm showing you the papers that I plan on using. These are exclusive papers to Color Rush Studio. You can only get them in the kit for May. And all of the embellishments are also Color Rush Studio exclusive, including the frazzles and ribbons, which I absolutely love. And I'm going to be adding in purple to go with my photo of my niece, Virginia. And I'm going to use metal dies to cut out some circles. If you know me, circles and I go round and round usually, and we fight a little bit. But I'm going to make them work because I want to use this circle wood veneer piece that came in the kit that says Be the Rainbow, and it has an acrylic rainbow that fits inside of it. So it's absolutely adorable, and I want to get it on my layout. So I decided to embrace the circles. And this is the alpha. That's from Vicki Boutin's Color Rush Studio, or Color Rush Studio, her Color Rush uh, collection, or Sweet Rush. Sorry, not Color Rush. Anyways, so here we go. I'm going to start on the layout, and I played with the circles and got them the way that I wanted them. They're not attached down yet, but I didn't want to move them for in case, I forgot what I was doing or where I was putting them. So I decided just to leave them in place and start recording. So here I'm adding the ribbon to the photo mat, and I just wanted the photo mat to be covered in ribbon. So, and I'm going to place her photo on white cardstock, and then I will place it on top of the ribbon. I haven't attached it yet because I wasn't sure this was really the way I was going with the layout yet, but I was pretty much sure. So I made the photo mat and decided to play around some more with the circles, get them in place, and see how I liked it. And I really do like the way that the layout turns out. None of the papers really have the purple in them, but by adding extra purple pieces and embellishments, I was able to bring the purple in, and it plays really nice with these pastel colors. So I used the mixed media paper to cut out all my circles, and then the back side is the plaid color. So I did end up using or cutting into both sheets of paper. I wouldn't have had to if I would have had a real plan, but I didn't have a plan, so I ended up cutting into both of them. But I'm okay with it. It's just paper. I have lots of paper, but not the Color Rush Studio papers. These were the only two I had of that one. So I'm going to make it work. So here I'm adding the circles down. I did distress all the edges of all the circles, which you will see in the close-ups. And I didn't want to attach them directly to the background yet. I knew that I was going to bring in mixed media and add that in. So I was waiting to add all the circles down and then do the mixed media. So here I'm just flipping over the photo in case, mixed media gets a little messy. And there was a challenge over in Rediscover Your Stash. Each month she puts out a challenge to use a product or paper or something on your layouts. This month it's Get Messy, so mixed media it is. And I brought in Vicki Boutin Iridescent Glaze. That was what the clear mixture was that you saw me place down first. And then I'm going to use watercolor brushes to add watercolors to the iridescent glaze to tint it purple so that it matches the purple that I'm placing on the layout. So I'm mixing up the two colors, blueberry and another purple color that she has in her liquid watercolors. And those are also older from my stash, but they still work great. So I'm just making sure that I have a little bit on the palette knife, and then I'm scraping it onto the black cardstock paper that I added in to my kit. And I added the black once again because my niece's hair is very dark. So it helps her photo pop just a little bit more. And I love the dark background with the pastel colors. So I'm going to attach the photo now, and I used ATG and a little bit of liquid glue, and that was just to make sure that it stays attached to the fabric. So I'm going to start putting the circles down, and I did let this dry. I know it doesn't look like I let it dry, but I kind of cut that out. But I did let it dry a little bit. And it doesn't take very long for the glaze to dry. It actually dries fairly quickly. So I decided I wanted that little fabric circle up on the top of the layer instead of tucked underneath. In the fabric circle, I made the same way I made the background for the photo, or the mat for the photo. I put down ATG and then liquid glue and put the ribbons across it, and then cut around the circle to make it a circle. So here I'm getting my circles back in place. I have to adjust them just slightly so that they cover the empty space that I left. And I'm going to tuck in some flowers and other embellishments, so all the space will be covered up. And I did want it to go across the layout, kind of like in a formation of a cloud. And I thought, rainbows, clouds, they kind of go together. So that was my idea with the circles. So, I'm adding play foam to the back of the photo. I'll add play foam to the little circle, the fabric circle. And I believe that's it. The wood veneer is already kind of thicker, so I just lay that on top of the circle that you see on the right-hand side down at the bottom. And that's like the little mixed media circle right there. That's where I'm going to put the wood veneer piece. And I did tint it just slightly with Distress Oxide. So it's kind of like a purple pinkish color. And then I'm going to add the acrylic pieces back in to make the rainbow. And now I will add the little fabric circle up here at the top. And the title is Be the Rainbow, which it says that on the little wood veneer piece. And then I also add her name, the date, and her age. And this was just a cute selfie that she had posted on Facebook, and I stole it and printed it. My experience with teenage girls is they lose their phones and then they lose all their photos. So eventually, teenage photos no longer exist, even though they take a million of them, unless they post them online. But even then, they can be lost because, if something was to happen to Facebook now, like back in the day, it was MySpace for my older nieces, and MySpace no longer exists, so you can't get the photos. We tried on some of them to get them, and they're really grainy or not very good. So I want to make sure I print, just a few here and there, and just to remember these beautiful girls when they're younger, and they took, these beautiful selfies of themselves in case, they disappear and they don't have them no more. So that's the reason behind, little selfie layouts. Plus, they're cute and it's fun to play with. So I'm going to add her nickname, which is V, down at the bottom of her photo. And so that's going to be on the right-hand side, a little bit close to the title, Be the Rainbow. And then I'll add 2003 up at the top, and then I'll add 17 on top of the fabric circle. And then I added the flower over there, and I added a flower at the top of her photo, and I also added a flower by the rainbow. And I'm also going to add the little, I don't know what you would call it, I guess an applique. The little flower, the purple flower that you see down at the bottom, I already added it. I added it on top of the fussy cut flower. And then I'm going to add this little clear heart, and that's it. Here's a few close-ups. Hope you guys enjoy. And again, this is for Color Rush Studios, and you can go to their website and use my code Jennifer10 and save 10%.